Aloha friends, I have the best deli meat recipe for you. There's a few different additions that makes it absolutely perfect and tastes better than any store-bought brand you've ever tried. Come check it out. But before we get to the recipe, my name is Maria Emmerich. I'm a nutritionist who specializes in the ketogenic diet, and I've been helping people transform their lives for over 20 years. I not only get the science, but I also understand how to make delicious food. So you should really check out all my recipes, but today we're doing deli meat. Okay, to make the deli meat, you want chicken breasts, or you could use turkey breasts. You want a fourth of a cup of water, or I'm using some chicken broth to make it more flavorful. You want 2 teaspoons of some gelatin, and you want a meat press. And then this is where the fun comes in. You can make it whatever flavor you want. You could use plain salt, so you want a tablespoon of salt. So you could use the Redmond plain salt. You could use their seasoned salt, which is really good. You could use smoked salt. Cool thing is, Further Food is so generous. If you use code MariaMindBody, you save on their products, and this thing will last me a long time. So I highly suggest getting a quality gelatin like that. But we are going to cube up this chicken breast because we were going to puree it into a blender in a food processor. This meat press, I think it was not even $20 on Amazon, and I love it. So check it out. I'll have the links below where you can get the meat press. Some people said that Amazon reviews weren't great, but I don't know. I thought it was, it's simple. It works really well. But you want to dice up into like small pieces. And we're going to place that into the blender here. And into the blender we'll also put the broth, or you could use water. I just feel like whenever I see a recipe with water, I'm always like, okay, how can we add flavor rather than just water, right? And that's why I'm going to use broth. You could also do this with like a beef. If you wanted to do like a roast beef, you could do, deli roast beef. You could do ham, whatever you want. I don't really even like poultry, but I do like this deli meat, and my little puppy Bella's begging for some right now. You don't want raw chicken, Bella. So now I'm going to get the blender out, and I'm going to place, the chicken into the blender. You might have to do this in 2 batches just to make sure you puree the chicken up nicely. And we're going to add our gelatin. We're going to add the broth. And we're going to add our salt. Now, if you saw my other video, it was just chicken breast and salt. And that does work, but I will say this reminds me of more of a store-bought deli meat. And I'm thinking I'm going to go with the seasoned salt. You could also use truffle salt, which is delicious. But I think we're going to do this just to make a different flavor. Again, you could like add ranch seasoning. You could add taco seasoning, whatever you want. And now I'm going to puree this up until it's a paste. Okay, so now it's totally ground up, and we're going to put this into the meat press. I'm actually going to spray it first with a little bit of spray just to keep it from sticking. They give you plastic bags, but never cook things in hot plastic, please. Some of my family members use those plastic bags for the slow cooker, and I'm like, no, don't do it. So, and I do suggest to like press it down as you go, because otherwise you'll get some air holes. So there we go. Get all that goodness into the meat press. And so the ratios are 2.5 pounds of ground chicken or turkey, and 1 tablespoon of salt, whether it be seasoned salt, garlic salt, something of that matter, 1/2 cup of broth or water, and 2 teaspoons of further food gelatin. Got a little bit left in there I want to get out. There we go. So now comes the tricky part, getting this meat press thing in. This is what it looks like, springy. And then you gotta use your muscles to get it down. That wasn't so bad. Oh, thought I had it. There. Now it's in there, and we're gonna get it boiling in some hot water. So here's our pot of simmering water, and I'm gonna add the meat press right to the center. And since I do have some room left, I'm gonna add some more water to that. You don't have to go over the meat, but I did notice when it was way too low, it didn't cook it enough, which kind of makes sense, right? So add some water to that, and as it cooks, it's gonna cook for about an hour. You wanna cook it to 155 degrees Fahrenheit. And then don't open it. You want to put it in the fridge overnight, but as it cooks, you're going to lose some of that water. So maybe add some water to it if it goes way, way, way down. So that's it. The hardest part is waiting for it to cook and waiting for it to chill. Okay, my friends, it's been about an hour. I'm sure it's done. It's got to be done, but we want to double check. So what we're going to do is we're going to remove it from the heat, and we'll set it right here. I'm gonna open this up. Ouch, careful, don't hurt yourself. It's gonna be hot. And we wanna test the temperature. I guess some of them have a nice hole on the top of these that you can test the temperature, but mine doesn't. Oh, it smells really good though. I'll take this out. Gotta get in there somehow. This is my thermometer. Really like it. Turn it on. And it's at Fahrenheit. And I'm gonna stick that right on in here if I can get around that. I'm gonna take this out. There. And test that out. Ooh, I don't know if it's done. It's close. I'm going to put it in there for a little bit longer, I think. Yeah, we better. Put it in there for a few more minutes, and we'll come back in a little bit. Okay, my friends, I checked it, and it is 155 degrees. What I'm going to do is take the thermometer out, just put the cover back on, and I'm going to set this in the fridge overnight. This is the hardest part. You want to wait for it to totally set up before you slice it. All right, the wait is over. What you're gonna do is you're going to take your knife and kind of rim the outside, and you'll loosen it up and let it slide right on out. And ta-da, you have deli meat, yay! And if you have one of those cool meat slicers like I have, go for it. I don't want to get it out, so I'm just going to slice it really thin. And you can see I have my protein sparing bread all out. I had it in the freezer for an easy, delicious sandwich in no time. I always have that in the freezer. If you have everything out, always make a double batch. Work smarter, not harder, people. So this is our easy deli meat. Adding a little bit of gelatin just gives it a little bit more of that texture that you get from the deli, which is nice. I like it. So let's see what Kai thinks. Aloha, Kai.
Hi.
What are you doing?
I'm just touching deli meat.
Deli meat? We wanted to see what Kai thought of the deli meat. What do you think?
Good.
It's really good, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And we made a sandwich with it, the protein sparing bread sandwich, which everybody should try. Who doesn't want a sandwich, right?
Yeah, who doesn't?
Who doesn't? But it's so good. What do you want to tell people?
Cook with your kids.
And you want to tell them to share this video with their friends to show them how delicious healthy eating can be. And they can skip that processed deli meat and make delicious stuff at home without any sugar, fillers, and it's better than any store-bought brand, isn't it?
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing, everybody. Mahalo.
Mahalo.
Okay, Bella wants to try it. Bella, you want some num num?
Ow!
Here, Kai, you give it to her. Little pieces. Little pieces, baby. Bella. Bella. Num num. You can't even see her. We're seeing her butt. It's okay. If you want to change your life like I've changed mine with food, I would be honored to help you. Many of you don't know that I was twice my size. I had acid reflux. I had PCOS, which is polycystic ovarian syndrome. I had depression. I had IBS, which is irritable bowel syndrome. And food changed my life. And not only did that happen, I get to eat good food, right? Good food. So if you want to eat good food, I have perfected meal plans made by me and personal help with supplements or modifications if you have Hashimoto's, if you have Graves, if you have IBS, if you have PCOS, contact me. I would be honored to help you. You can go to keto-adapted.com and find a lot of different options there for personalized help, or message me by commenting below on this YouTube video, or you can check me out at mariamindbodyhealth.com. Mahalo.